Welcome back. Today we're going to be unboxing the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms Imperial Officers Resin Expansion. 5 resin figures. Now previously on the channel I've been painting these hard plastic figures and the quality of these is actually really good, but resin also comes with the pre-made bases, which are a lot more scenic and kind of fit the poses of the miniature versus these bases that I've been making myself. But resin is also more expensive. And if you guys want to buy these miniatures for yourself, I will leave my link in the description below. If you use ESO5 at the checkout, you actually get 5% off as well. And then if we take a look on the back here, we can see what's inside this box before we actually open it. Firstly, we get General Tullius, the Imperial Governor, who was sent to Skyrim by the Emperor. Then we get Legate Rikke, and then the Priestess of Arkay, Devout Healer, who's just over here. The Imperial Headsman, Grim Executioner, who you meet when you first enter Solitude. And then lastly, we have the Imperial Captain, Garrison Commander. She does look quite similar to the one you meet at the start of the game. So there you have it, that is everything laid out here, and obviously if we take a closer look at the detail of each one of these models individually now so you guys can see what they actually look like, and then we can go ahead and build one and actually put it on the base. So this is the Chief Legate General Tullius's right hand chieftain, and let's have a look at the model first here because this looks pretty damn epic. I can already see the detail on the resin miniatures is actually a lot better than plastic. You can definitely pick out each individual piece of fur and also the mold lines of the armor and individual hair strands as well as the Imperial signet there on the arm guards, and also the detail on the steel sword is so much better. So I'm really glad I actually paid to get these, and also yeah, the helmet looks fantastic too. So I'm really happy with the quality. Also, in terms of like mold lines and, you know, general things you should look out for with resin miniatures, there's no air bubbles or anything like that. So that's good to see. And we can have a closer look at the base here. This hole just over here, that's actually where this shield here sits. An iron banded shield, and you can even see the wood grain in there as well. Really nice detail. I'm actually super excited to really take my time painting each one of these individual characters I've been playing with for ages in Skyrim. Next we have the Imperial Captain, Garrison Commander. You can see his heavily armored iron shield, and he's just standing on a base, and you can actually see the individual leaves on this base where he's standing. So that's a really nice detail. He's obviously standing in a stone path of some sort, and he's got this heavy armored shield. Now I can see immediately, because I already did a video where I painted Hadvar, and he was in hard plastic, whereas this shield is in resin, and you can immediately see like the individual leather straps and the fingers, and you know, just everything's so much cleaner in detail, which I think is pretty amazing. The hard plastic was good quality, but you just clearly can't match resin in terms of detail. And then we have the actual miniature himself. No, it's a she. Okay, so it is a she. So I believe this is actually the captain that you meet at Helgen. You can see the mold lines under her legs. Obviously, if you guys are new to miniatures, I made a video about how to prepare miniatures before painting using a file and whatnot to get rid of those mold lines ahead of painting anything. You can thank me later, because otherwise, you know, you'll paint a great miniature and then it'll just look terrible because of the mold lines in it. Next, we can take a look at General Tullius, and as you can see, he is actually standing what looks like, you know, he's standing on near some planks. I don't know where this would be, but okay, some kind of stone pathway base. I actually really like these bases. They're better quality than other bases I've seen on resin miniatures, so very nice indeed. And then General Tullius himself is looking incredible. I've always loved his armor, and he's got like proper Roman legionary armor with some kind of detailing there on his cloak, which is really impressive. And yeah, the Roman armor with the leather straps on the side and the cloak, it looks fantastic. He looks very Caesar. Obviously, the Skyrim Legion is based on the Roman Empire, and goddamn, it just looks awesome. Really nice job on that model. Very authoritative figure with the cape there. So I'm excited to paint that and do tutorials in each one of these miniatures. Really sort of take my time with them so you guys can also get a great quality. So the next one we have here is the Headsman. You can see the chopping block just here. It's actually, you know, it looks like it's carved from wood. You can actually feel the texture on that as well, which is really nice. There's a little bit of a hole here. I think that's actually for where his foot is going to be standing on the chopping block. And we obviously meet this gentleman first time we enter Solitude, but also at the start of the game. He's got the Headsman's Axe. You can actually obtain this weapon in the game, but not many people know about it. I already did a video on that on my main channel, which has I think we're coming up to 2 million subscribers on that channel actually. You guys can see he's also got what looks like a sax weapon. I've never noticed that before. It's not in the game, but hey, I can't complain about adding weapons in. I love this armor in resin with the head cape. Actually looks better than it does in game for sure. It looks insane, that like chain armor. He almost looks like a barbarian king, and the beard detail as well looks fantastic. Huge fan of that model. Okay, the last thing we have here is Priestess of Arkay. And it looks like she's standing on some kind of like thatched straw bale, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why, but I really like the thatched detail on the reeds there. In terms of the mage, I mean, she looks... I always find like mages a bit weird to make, especially when you add spells to their hand. Like, it almost looks like she's holding like this looks like a knitting... You know, like the ball of wool that you give a cat. Kind of looks like she's firing out a ball of... She's going to throw like some wool at you or something. But I really like the stitching on her cloak. That's very cool. I think the mage is probably the weakest miniature in this for me. It doesn't excite me that much, but hey, I don't play mages, so maybe you guys think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's accurate to the game and the style of her armor, so very much happy with that. And the mold lines are really good on these miniatures. I'm very impressed. I've just got to go over a few of the ones. Mostly where they're noticeable is like in between the legs and stuff, and also on the arms just here and the edge of the sword. So they're super easy to really get rid of, which is, it's nice when people design things in such a way. So there you go, guys. That was the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms Imperial Officers Resin Expansion. Check it out below in the description if you want to grab yourself the set as well.